Russian President Vladimir Putin received Indian Foreign Minister Subramaniam Jaishankar at Kremlin during Indian minister's working visit to Moscow. India has a special and privileged partnership with Russia and said that the talks would have more than extensive agenda. Jaishankar has already met Russia's co-chair of the Intergovernmental Commission, First Deputy Prime Minister Denis Manturov. He is also due to hold talks with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. My colleague Kabir, in fact, joins us on the phone line. Kabir, a very crucial meet when it comes to Russia. Old ties, but in challenging circumstances.
Absolutely. This is happening even as we're looking at the United States' tariff. There's a special meeting that's going to take place later on in Washington as well. And External Affairs Minister Jaishankar, he headed to Moscow. This is all happening ahead of Vladimir Putin's India visit. Remember, BRICS is right around the corner. And the India-Russia trade, the energy, all of those talks are continuously in focus. You rightly pointed out the India-Russia Intergovernmental Commission on Trade, Economic, Scientific, Technological, and of course, person-to-person cultural cooperation has been on the cards, and that meeting has already taken place with Russia's first Deputy Prime Minister Denis Manturov. The Commission, this intergovernmental panel between the two countries, Delhi Dosti, even as that handshake took place between Vladimir Putin and India's External Affairs Minister and the entire Indian delegation, as we can see on our screens as well. Varghese, the two countries have clearly maintained separate intergovernmental mechanisms focused on military, on technical cooperation. And this visit by Subramaniam Jaishankar comes as New Delhi continues to push for greater Russian investment in the country and is also seeking to address the growing imbalance in the bilateral trade. Just to give you a little bit of a number crunching here, bilateral trade surged past $68 billion, but it remains severely skewed. India's exports are a mere $4.8 billion, and Jaishankar is pushing Moscow to dismantle the non-tariff barriers to correct this massive trade deficit. Mind you, the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, he is trying to cool off the border tensions with China as well. And on the other hand, you've got External Affairs Minister who's in Kremlin, a very, very significant handshake that has already taken place. BRICS is going to happen in India, starting 12th next month. And amidst growing tariff pressures, like I mentioned, the Washington meeting that is going to take place later on today as well. Sanction threats from Washington over Russian energy purchases, which has been, a big sticking point between India and the United States. India is now solidifying alternative financial payment mechanisms and expanding physical connectivity. All of this is happening via that intergovernmental panel and, a setup between these two countries via the INSTC and the Chennai-Vladivostok corridor, just to, add to that list of, a mammoth of MOUs that are already planned. The Indian delegation sitting across the Russian delegation, and what's more, Vladimir Putin shaking hands with External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar.
Well, thank you, Kabir, for in fact joining us with all those details.